I think that if you didn't have fear about the Suns potentially not returning to the NBA Finals after the Dallas series, I think it increased after the Dallas series. I think it increased even further after the Denver series, and I think it's at an all-time high right now. Yeah, pretty much.
He's 35 going on 36.
But he's still, like, before we all got so nervous lately, the latest nervousness about the Suns, Kevin Durant had done what he had never done before, right? With the stretch of 35-point games.
Yes. But now he's averaging, 18 points a game over his last 5. And
how is he affecting winning right now, Jarrett?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
What I'm saying is,
do you no longer think he's elite?
Oh no, don't do that. No, I still think
definitely elite.
He's one of the 10 best players in basketball right now. Don't do that. But in terms of just the player that he is right now and how he's affecting winning, this situation that the Suns are in right now, his greatness is unable to impact it in that way, which is extremely troubling and alarming for numerous reasons. But I think that's my point, is that what has happened with the Suns, that was in the grand scheme of things when we were looking at the Maddie era too. But if you look at this team right now, and if you and I were to make a bet right now, and would you say that Devin Booker and Kevin Durant are going to appear in the NBA Finals for the Suns, you would say?
Just at any time?
As a duo together.
I would feel more safe betting on no.
I would too. How would I have answered that when they did the trade?
You would bet yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's gone south.
I think that's totally fair.
I don't, in terms of the question, that's how I feel about it. I think that the way in which now, I think there just needs to be a shift somewhere, and we need to see evidence of the shift on the floor.
Yes.
And maybe we'll see it in these last 10 games.
That's exactly where I was going.
Yeah.
This is a stretch that is as difficult as it gets in the NBA the rest of the way. Maybe this is the stretch that doesn't necessarily lead to something great this year, but maybe to the Chris Cantys of the world, or the Kellan Olsons of the world, or the many other people of the world that have that mindset of maybe Kevin Durant is done competing for championships
in Phoenix,
at least in his current at his current address.
Yep.
I'm glad you added that.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe this is the stretch that turns people around, and it starts tonight in Denver against the champions, who are going to be out for revenge tonight.
Maybe there are widespread changes this offseason from the roster to maybe even potentially the coaching staff, and that change injects some optimism that, for example, we had post-Monty, pre-Vogel.
Yeah, but you've also said this week on the show that for a project such as the Suns, a lot of times it's year 2. When you have a super team put together like this, the core of that super team gels more in year 2 than it would in year 1. That's where it gets sticky for the Suns. Because when you have one of your 3 super team components at that advanced age, although Kevin Durant has been healthier, more available than he's been in the last 5 years this year with the Suns, the stats don't look that much different. He's had those games and those stretches where he looks like vintage Kevin Durant. There's a lot of spinning plates here on this whole future. There's a lot of people that believe, hey, the eggs were put in the basket, and the basket had holes, and the eggs fell through. Not only are the Suns not going to win a championship this year, they have set themselves back from a franchise standpoint several years by the moves they've made. There are people that believe that too.
In my opinion, this year was supposed to be their best chance. I would have said that, and previously have said that, the first year, the second year, the third year, and so on with Durant were the best. But when he got hurt with that freak accident pregame warmups, and I've used the term freak a lot and gotten some feedback on that, but you can attest as someone who sits there and watches warmups, you never see guys get hurt in that situation. It was a freak accident.
That whole night was weird because not only did he twist the ankle in warmups, then he got up and
just kept shooting,
finished his workout, and you're thinking, okay, everything's fine.
I went up to Suns employees and showed them the video, and I was like, did you see this?
How many views did that get, by the way?
I don't know.
You ever get a final tell? You were everywhere.
I just know that
your video was everywhere.
I just know the Sports Center put my name in the top right corner once and then never did it again. Thanks, guys. Never giving you a video again. Jesus. And then they're just going to take it anyway because that's how this world works
So-
with content. Lovely stuff. But to go back and twist back to the original conversation, I think that this year, because of Durant getting established here, because of the additions that they made and how they re-juggled the roster around, I thought that this year was going to be their best opportunity at it. But now, so what has happened now is that these are not excuses. Do not get me wrong. These are not excuses. It is just what has happened. Last year, midseason acquisition, he gets hurt. He misses the majority of his time to find cohesion, find continuity. They have essentially little to none of it in the postseason and just so happened to face the best team in the world and get beat up by them, even though that series is a lot closer than people remember. If you think about the games, how they were, like I was sitting there, gosh, it was game 5, like game 2. Like they were, when Chris got hurt, they were still in. They had so many chances to win that game. And
Absolutely.
they would have been split coming to Phoenix. They win both games. Phoenix, they're up 3-1.
Yeah.
Like that series was definitely winnable. But to that
I think
point,
the Suns definitely gave the Nuggets the hardest time last year in the postseason,
Oh.
without a doubt.
without a doubt. But then you look at this year and it's like, okay, whatever is going on here, which we discussed earlier in the week, whatever is going on here that's leading to this, that is another external factor, internal factor, whatever you want to define it as, that has ruined their ability to reach those heights again. And you don't, and this is where I go back to what you're saying with the age, he's not 27. You don't get like 2 goofs at this. Your 2 goofs were your 2 best chances to do it. And now you need a lot to happen next year to reach those heights. You need to likely rejuggle some things, like we said. We'll see. Again, we're having conversations now that you guys are going to have a lot on the show, you and Dan, in like 8 weeks, 4 to 8 weeks, however long it takes for the postseason to go for them. Mm-hmm. We're getting ahead of ourselves, but there's a lot that needs to go right for them now next year. And guess what? A lot went right this year. Grayson Allen, awesome. Yusuf Nurkic, awesome. They got the ideal 3-and-D guy at the trade deadline. Awesome.
Yeah.
But there was too much going wrong already that they haven't been able to recover from it.
By the way, on the latest version of the NBA injury report for today, Bradley Beal, Yusuf Nurkic still listed as questionable for tonight for Denver. Aaron Gordon, questionable. Jamal Murray, questionable. Michael Porter Jr., probable. Nikola Jokic, probable. Zeke Naji, out. Sorry, Wildcat fans. You won't get to see Zeke tonight.
It's all right. We have like 14 other NBA players at the moment. We're good.
Is it that many?
It's way more than that. I probably undersold it.
It's a lot.
Thanks for watching Bickley and Marotta. Click to see the latest Bickley Blast and hit the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.